I've been married for a few months now, and I posted this video the day that I got married. You can see it on my screen right here. I said why I'm getting married today, and I just gave my honest thoughts, and I'm so grateful that my spouse now, Alice, chose to be with me. And I'm going to tell you about the special day and how it went, what it looked like, all the good stuff. So if you're hoping for a Roth conversion analysis or Social Security deep dive, you will not like me in this video because that's not what I'm talking about. Now, as you guys know, I post every day on YouTube talking about something regarding an early retirement. Maybe I'm interviewing someone who just retired. Maybe I'm interviewing someone who's 10 years out from retirement. Maybe I'm telling you about a new topic that just came out and super relevant, so I got to get it out ASAP. Other times I'll do a video like this where I'm just going to show you a little bit more about me and my life. So if that's just truly of no interest to you, then I don't recommend watching this video. However, if you want to know a little bit about me and what the special day looked like, I encourage you to check this out. But first, a huge shout out to my wife, who is the most beautiful, intelligent, incredible person I've ever met. We matched on Hinge February 14th, 2019. And we've been together ever since. And so I just dedicate this video to you. I love you. Now let's get into the fun stuff here. So this is me, you can see, standing at a massive 5'5". This is my beautiful wife, Alice. And we got married in Topanga, California at the Mountain Mermaid, which is actually a butterfly pavilion. And interestingly enough, we had scheduled a few visits for where we wanted to potentially host our wedding. Now, we had our budget, and obviously I'm a financial guy, so I wanted to make sure I'm taking all the pros and cons in of where we're going to go from, yes, a financial perspective, but also a hassle perspective, because I did not want my guests, who were primarily local, to have to go very far. Except James, my partner and founder of Root Financial, I did ask him to drive all the way up from San Diego. So that was nice of him to do that. Now, what I'm going to go over specifically is the story of how we actually picked this venue before I get to any photos and videos. And you can tell I'm excited to record this because I literally just slapped my microphone there. So this is a true story. You could not make this up. We meet Bill, who is the owner of this beautiful property. And I said, hey, Bill, great to meet you. I'm Ari. This is my soon-to-be wife, Alice. We're looking at the property. Do you mind telling us a little bit about it and showing us around? He says, where are you guys from? I want to show you around the property. We said, oh, originally I'm from Malibu, California. Alice is from Thousand Oaks, California, but my parents are from New York. We're just casually chatting. And he says, where in Malibu did you specifically grow up? I go, well, that's a bit of an intrusive question. Like, do you want my exact address? And he goes, yes. I go, okay. And I share the address and he goes, I built your house. I go, wait. The person who owns the house that we're potentially going to get married in built the house I grew up in? Is that what you're saying? And he goes, yep, I built a few houses and I know exactly where you live. And I wish I never got rid of that property because it's so beautiful. So that was a sign within the first 10 seconds, like, okay, we should strongly consider this place. The man who we are going to use, his beautiful home as a venue for, which is a historical mansion, literally built our property, which you could not make up. So we had other spots that we were planning to look at, but we fell so far in love with this property. You can learn more about the property here, by the way. And we just said, we don't need to look at others. This is where we're going to go. And so it was one and done, just like Alice. She was the first person that I had gone on a date with using the app Hinge, and the last person that I went on a date with, and hopefully the last person ever. So that is just a fun, quick story there. Now let's look at some photos. So this is the gallery view of the special day. They nicely put this together for us when we asked, hey, can we see photos and videos of the special day? So they organized it, getting ready, details, portraits, maybe they spelled details wrong here, ceremony, cocktail hour, family portraits, and some more fun stuff there. So obviously I'm not going to go through every single photo. You can see me right here, and then my two brothers are behind my right side, and then my best man, Ben, who I went to school with and am very close with to this day. He is on my left, and I don't know why he's grabbing my stomach, but he is. Maybe he's just showing off that beautiful watch. This is a beautiful photo I love of Alice and her sister getting ready for the big day. This is Alice and her mom is one of the most incredible people I've ever met in my life. She actually has 10 children, 4 biological, 6 adopted, and Alice is one of those 6. Alice was adopted from China, and my favorite of the 10. A little cool artsy photo right here. You can see of me and my brothers. We are quite the jokesters, and we laugh often in our family. So this is us trying to keep a straight face. Here's a photo of Alice's dress, and this was just beautiful. When I saw her, I was just, oh my gosh, waterworks. I like this photo. We are in nature and we are just dancing, and she was nice to our photographer take this photo when we had this special moment. This is where we got married. It was gorgeous, amazing flowers, and what a backdrop. Some of you might recognize this guy. This is James, the founder of Root, and his wife, Ashlyn. This is probably one of my favorite photos. This is my dad with myself, Alice and her mom. This is a funny photo to me because I remember when I was up there, it all kind of went blank, just emotions, but I will say I do remember the sun just beaming right at me, and so I'm squinting like this, trying to like barely keep an eye open. So maybe we should have picked a slightly different, I don't know, location, but or maybe I should have had sunglasses on, or maybe I should have just powered through it, but I didn't do a good job. Fun fact, Alice is incredible at Jeopardy, so we put together this board here of just Jeopardy questions, things about us, which I thought was cute. You can see the categories here. I wish I had them all right here for you, but unfortunately I do not. But you could see it was the couple, the bride, guests, the grooms, and try to keep it fun. This was the bar menu, so we had classic mojito, we had Paloma, we had some non-alcoholics, and just kept it simple. Now this was my idea. I'll take credit for this one. I'm a big crossword puzzle guy. I don't love gifting, hey, here's a new shirt for Christmas, or hey, for your birthday I got you a new toy that you're gonna use once and maybe never ever again. So I'm a big believer in crossword puzzles because I think it's fun, shows listening, everyone kind of gets to participate. So I said for our wedding, I want to do a crossword puzzle. So that's what this is our crossword puzzle. So you can see here, what is Alice's favorite dessert? Tiramisu. What's Ari's favorite soccer team? Arsenal. Our favorite fast food, Alice's favorite animal, all these things that just little quirky things about us. So that was cute. Everyone could use a Sharpie, write it down and see if they got the answers right, and then erase it so the next person could use it. Bacon wrapped asparagus. Now we didn't get to have a ton of this personally because we were doing photos, but I'm sure the guests loved it. I did get one of these, shrimp tostada with mango and avocado crema. I mean, beat that. Me with my brothers again. I am the middle brother, or as my mom often would joke and say, the center child, just because she knew I did not like when people would draw attention to me growing up. I still get uncomfortable when that's the case, but I have become more accustomed to it. My mom, my dad with Alice. Me with Alice's mom. I love this photo. Alice made this. This is the menu here. So if I zoom in here, the first course was amazing. I really was not expecting it to be this level. Now we did a tasting ahead of time, but it was even better, maybe because I was starving, but it was baby greens with like the best feta cheese. I'm not even a feta guy, but oh my gosh, it was so good. Entrees, short rib was like crazy, so big fan of that. Many of my cousins are vegan, and so they had an acorn squash that they loved, and then caramelized shallot mashed potato. I mean, come on, get out of here. And then desserts. So I once got a gift card from my mom to go to this super fancy hotel up near Santa Barbara with Alice for like one dinner, because I remember my mom was like, hey, we just want to send you, but like overnight is crazy. So it was very nice of my mom to do that. And they had a raspberry financier. I remember we went and it was the best dessert I ever had. So I remember it was called San Ysidro. So if you look it up, it's like super fancy. So we went there. I think we had brunch, maybe went for a hike and then dinner. But I had this raspberry financier, or however you're supposed to say it. Now, Alice will make fun of me later because we watch Great British Bake Off, and I should know how to say that. But we had it, and it was incredible, and I remember calling them up saying, hey, I'm going to get married. Can I have the recipe for this? And they said, yeah, we don't give that out. And I said, okay, but I'm getting married. Any way you could help me out? And they said, okay, we're going to send it to you. So they sent me a PDF copy, even if they were not supposed to. And so we're not going to make it for you, because I was saying, can we buy them? And they said, no, but we'll give you the recipe. So that was my negotiation skills at its peak right there, to get the raspberry financier, however you say it. And I was about to say I was not even able to have a bite, which I was able to, but I was so stuffed. I did not even have the time with everything going on. Didn't even get to try one. They're actually still in my freezer right now. Well, the leftovers are. This is the beautiful venue here. These little details to me are everything. It's so cool. It's what made the moment so special. Now, even if this didn't happen, it still would have been incredible. But guys, this is the butter. I mean, they made the butter look like a flower. I just thought that was so cool. Alice made this gift for us February 15th, 2022. If you zoom in real hard here, it's not going to look great. But it's myself and Alice. I'm dressed up as a nerd, I believe, with some huge glasses. Alice is a cat, and we have a pumpkin that says Roth IRA in it. And that's when I knew she was a keeper. No, I'm just kidding. I knew way earlier than that. This is where we had our first dance, which I must say might be the most legendary part of the whole evening, because we had practiced for 3 months what our dance routine was going to be. And I'm going to roll a clip right here so that you can see it.
Only fools rush. Falling in love with
And this was a very fun moment because we got to share the day with James, who drove up. James has had a huge impact on my life, obviously, but not just my life, my whole family's life. My older brother has a business because of James. My mother has a business because of James. My dad, for once, is not worrying about finances because of James. And when I started at Root Financial, James was my parents' advisor. And so James knew me from when I was in college, and the fact that he was able to come to our special day with his wife Ashlyn just was incredible. By the way, I want to give a big shout out to our wedding planner, Jade Mason, who was just incredible day of and everything leading up to it. The whole day could have occurred without her, but it would not have worked, meaning there would have probably been no ceremony. There probably wouldn't have been chairs. Beyond that, she did so many things. She's on the walkie-talkie talking to 12 different people at once, and I cannot recommend her highly enough. So if you know someone who is looking for a wedding planner, Jade is not only affordable, not only so kind, not only incredibly hardworking, but I've referred, I think, about 6 or 7 people to her by now. So I hope that she knows how much we value her, and you can learn more about her if you would like in the description below. I'm just going to put a link to her website. Here's a photo of the desserts. You can see the raspberry financiers. I know I've said that wrong, but wrong in 5 different ways at this point. And then the cake we had, lemon and raspberry curd, vanilla frosting, I believe. Maybe it was a whipped cream frosting. I'm not a whipped cream guy, so I don't remember loving the cake, to be honest. Some funny dancing photos. This is me and my younger brother, Noah. You can see here lots of friends and family having a good time. The rest of it is just photos and other fun memories, so I will spare you guys all of those other details. I can tell you that I just had the best day ever. Alice was so kind because she never was the person who was saying, hey, we've got to have the wedding no matter what. Financially, you got to figure it out, make it work. It was the opposite. And I was the one that actually said, I'd really want a wedding. And she was kind enough to deal with all of the prep leading up to it and all of the stress that came along with planning a wedding. Even if there were only about 45 people, there was still a lot that went into it, and it did still cost a good amount of money. So there was the financial side, which I'm sure everyone nowadays is thinking, well, why don't we save this money and put it towards a mortgage? And we were in a position, fortunately, where because we have saved and invested intentionally and we spend a lot of money on things we love, I have 10 pairs of soccer cleats at all times, because when those one pair of cleats come out that I'm worried will never come out again and they don't hurt my feet because I've got the super wide Jewish feet, I'm going to buy 10 pairs of them. But oddly, we're not big drinkers. So whether it be wine or beer or just cocktails, that's not really our thing. So when we go out to eat, we'll not prioritize those things. So we try to be very frugal with things we don't love, and we try to spend a lot on things we really care about. And this was something that I really cared about. I wanted to share this special day, and Alice wasn't against it by any means. it just wasn't her dream to say, yes, I want to have that special wedding. But hopefully from the photos, you can see that it looks like she enjoyed it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please know that I appreciate you tuning into the channel. This was more of a backstory on me and what it looks like to get married from our perspective. It was a relatively small wedding, intimate, fun, sweet. It wasn't the wedding where, hey, your best friend's going to meet someone who's single and then they're going to say, oh, we met at the wedding. It was basically family and friends. Almost everyone was in a relationship. It was really just a sweet time for family to connect. And I just want to say thank you, because many of you gave recommendations for songs to me. Many of you told me, hey, you've got to make sure that you do this one thing. Many of you even contributed to our honeymoon, where we actually went to Hawaii, and on the plane, the stewardess actually recognized me and gave me kind gifts saying, you've helped me retire early. I'm in the academy. Oh my gosh. So you can see her beaming right here, which was really just a cool, fun experience, way to start the trip. But this video, I have to say, I'm so grateful because I received one of my favorite gifts ever. This is a Swarovski, and this was actually by one of you, and his name is Scott, and he watches a lot of the videos. And I'm just pulling it out of the case because I very rarely do so. There are two beautiful, let's see if it gets into focus here, two beautiful doves here. And there is a wonderful story that goes along with this, which I'm going to share and read for you right now. So Scott here, we're blocking out his email for security purposes, but you can see on August 14th, he said, I'm glad you like it, meaning the swans. A couple of fun facts. Swans are very loyal and typically stay with their mate for life. If you put them on a shelf and have them face each other and almost touching, their heads and necks form a heart. My wife figured that out because I never would have. I hope you have a great day tomorrow and on your honeymoon. And so look at that. I mean, guys, I'm posting videos on retirement concepts, and you guys are kind enough to send me gifts like this. I mean, I am living a dream life. So truly, truly, I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you for watching this video, as well as my other piece of content, and sharing how I've helped you retire early with confidence, or at least get a sense to know, hey, what am I on track for, and perhaps entertained along the way. Thank you guys again. See you next time.